on this platform right here, Zion Lex TV, 1,300 people watching live. Then it went up to 1,500. And then it finally got to its highest peak, 1,700 people watching the live stream. And why? Because I was exposing a black man. I've done interviews where I'm focusing on the inspiration of black men and women. I've done interviews and videos where I'm talking about empowering the community. And what you see is 88 to a couple hundred views. But the moment I start talking about who we're going to expose in the black community, my views go crazy. That's also by design. Let me tell y'all something right now. That's also by design. And unfortunately, you're right, Ashley. Don't nobody want to hear nothing positive? Don't nobody want to hear that? All people want to hear is who we going to expose this week. Y'all know all of the major black conscious YouTube platforms and channels. Look at their YouTube views in the last couple of weeks versus their YouTube views a couple of months ago. And notice that it's literally thousands more people watching them now. Why? Because they've been exposing people in the black community. They didn't go viral for exposing Europeans. There was black platforms a couple of months ago, a full year ago, that did videos on Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. It wasn't 1,800 people watching live. It wasn't 2,000 people watching live. Those live streams didn't go viral. But when we began to expose one another, our numbers go through the roof. Good promotion. All these conscious platforms chose the perfect thumbnail, and that's why all the people came streaming to their channels? No, because these algorithms on these major social media outlets are designed to bring information your way, especially in the black community, which is geared at tearing one another down. And that is why you will see thousands of people flock to a Kevin Samuels video. Kevin Samuels is dope. I like some of the things he says. Sometimes he's too hard on women. Sometimes he's obnoxious with men. But these algorithms out here are helping him out. And you got to ask yourself why. You got to ask yourself why. Why is it that conscious information got 300 views after 3 days? But 6ix9ine, ratting on his whole crew, got 3 million views after 3 hours. Y'all hearing me though? I'm talking clear through this microphone. Y'all hearing me though? You got to ask yourself, how is it remotely possible that conscious videos get 1,000 views after 3 days, 2 days? But rappers gunning down other rappers is viral. 3 million views after 2.5 hours. Let me tell y'all something. These algorithms are geared at promoting information, specifically black people, your way, that will keep you at a low vibration. And yes, it is called conditioning, programming, and mind control. And guess what? Many of them feel that they're forced to do it. They're compelled to do it. Why? because black people are now in the workforce at alarming numbers. Black people now are going to college in alarming numbers. Not alarming to me and you, because that's a good thing, but alarming to the powers that be that don't want to see you uplifted, powerful, and strong. So they got to figure something else out. The projects stop working because y'all coming back to the projects happy. Y'all in the projects happy. The projects brought a lot of destruction in the 80s and the 90s and even the 2000s. But today, the projects, people is putting their whole family through college right in the projects. Y'all hearing me? People are starting startup businesses today right in the projects. Black people are creating Black Wall Street right inside the projects. So now they got to do something different. Because even the projects that we thought for sure would destroy them, because the statistics and the data shows if you put hundreds of people close to each other and they are sharing in common poor education, the lack of education, poverty, the lack of money, broken relationships, the lack of family, what the hell you think is going to happen? Death and destruction. And it worked all throughout the 80s and 90s. And it worked in the early 2000s. But it's no longer really working like that. Because black people have this ability to take pee and turn that shit into lemonade. Are y'all hearing me? Black people got this weird magic about them where you piss on them and they make lemonade out of that shit. Are you hearing me? So they got to change the plan. Because everything that we implemented to bring about the destruction of these people don't even faze them no more. You got more startup businesses right inside of the ghetto than in a lot of middle class areas that got trickles of black people. All facts. You know, we look at the black middle class and we think that they are better than the black underclass below the poverty line. But did you know there are more entrepreneurs on the black poverty line than there are in the black workforce, or i.e. the black middle class? The black middle class is thinking, I'm going to show up to the plantation and I'm going to work for massa. Those below the poverty line are thinking, all them doors that was closed on me, I'm going to grind, and I'm going to grind, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy every one of them motherfucking buildings where the door was closed on me. Don't believe me? Who is P. Diddy? Don't believe me? Who is Master P? Don't believe me? Who is Jay-Z? Don't believe me? Who is Curtis Jackson? All them doors that was closed on me because I was below the poverty line, because I was selling drugs, as Biggie said, to feed my family, because I was out here robbing and stealing so that we could have a plate to eat. And instead of helping me, come on, they built more avenues to see to it that I am destroyed. Most black people in our community that find true success, it's not because they immersed in the middle class and grandfathered their position to their children, and then their children rose up. No, because how many of y'all came from middle class homes? Come on, we're going to have some real talk right now. How many of y'all came from middle class homes where your parents actually did pretty damn well? But you was a fuck up. Oh, I'm going to talk real to y'all. This ain't Bible talk right now. This is real straight talk right now. How many of y'all, like myself, came from very good middle class families where your parents were doing damn good, but you was a fuck up, and they jobs don't get passed to you. So even though they did great, your dumbass living on the poverty line now. And that is part of the problem with black people and black enterprise. We are not thinking long term. We are so comfortable with short term goals. Going to college and getting a good job is a good thing. If it can pay back all them student loans and leave you with money to have a livelihood, a roof over your head, some clothes on your back, you can feed your family and take some vacations. Yeah, that's a good thing. But here's an even greater thing: owning and establishing your own. Because when you go to college and you get that good job working for somebody else, that shit don't get grandfathered down to your children. You don't get to pass that down. Come on. Y'all don't remember the Breakfast Club? Y'all don't remember when Dame Dash told DJ Envy to his face, you are selfish. If you are not constantly thinking as a parent, how can I ensure the financial success of my children, which will not come from my current job and position that I can't pass down? How many of y'all work at a job right now that you can't even guarantee that your children could be hired at? Talk to me. We can't even guarantee that our children could find a job that we've been working at 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, goddamn 40 years. 40 years you've been on this job. You got all kinds of benefits. Your credit card case do like this when you snap it. You could take vacations, but guess what your black ass can't do? You cannot pass down that success to your family. You cannot pass down that success to your children. If we're not thinking like this, we in a whole problem, and we in motherfucking trouble. With that being said, with that out the way, let me holler at y'all. Let me tell y'all something real quick in closing. What happened on Facebook is a shadow of what's to come. The dollar is losing its value by the second. We are going into the digital world. We are entering the digital world. The dollar, the American dollar, fiat currency on a whole, is almost invaluable globally. We are moving into a more digitized and digital era. Let me just holler at you real quick. I hope you realize that the seat of power changes with currency. Uh-oh. Remember, historically, power and authority is connected to resources, which today is money. Who's in control of the resources? Who's in control of the money? When resources change, when the means of trading resources change, you always see shortly thereafter a major change of power, not on a local level, on a global level. Something is brewing that yesterday is just a shadow of. They took away Facebook for a couple of hours, but your black ass could have went outside and had fun with your family. But no, some of our people went insane. They lost it. Facebook and Instagram shut down for just a moment yesterday. And your black ass literally could have called a loved one and caught up on some real me time that you need to be giving your loved ones, that usually your Facebook and Instagram take away from. But no, you almost lost your sanity. Let me holler at y'all. Let me tell you something. If we don't begin as a family to get it the fuck together, algorithms ain't your problem. Facebook and Instagram controlling what you see and experience ain't your problem. You're going to have a much bigger problem on your hands. With that being said, y'all, this is Real Talk with your brother Zion Lex, and I'm signing out.